Hey everyone, I'm back to talk about Bee's Knees Lacquer's gorgeous May collection inspired by the book Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tan. And it's it is a gorgeous collection, and it might be one of my favorites that they've ever come out with. I haven't read the book yet, but it's been on my list because the cover is really beautiful, and I do judge a book by its cover. And this collection is stunning. It's a 10-piece collection full of neon shimmers. I don't I don't know if I'd qualify these as like neon specifically, but they're just bright, shifty shimmers, which is just literally everything I ever want from polish. I mean, I love magnetics. I love magnetics, I love thermals, I love hollow, but like those shifty shimmers, that is like my wheelhouse. So this is a beautiful 10-piece collection. And Bee's Knees is also coming out with their first blurring base coat, which is pretty cool because all of these polishes are sheer. I know that Bee's Knees sometimes gets like some flack for having sheer polishes. I don't mind. I don't love blurring base coats. This is a pretty good one. I don't feel like it takes away, it doesn't flatten the polish very much. It doesn't take away the glow. I really didn't, for my pictures at least, I didn't do more than one coat just to kind of show what it would look like on its own. And, or not on its own, but like what the polish would look like over one coat. For me, what's the point if you're gonna put a layer of cream down and then like a shimmery polish? Like you're gonna lose like all of this dimension and whatnot. You lose that a lot, I think, when you use base coats. Once again, I also don't mind visible nail line. I have super aggressive visible nail line as well, and I just don't care. I prefer seeing the dimension and everything. But Phantom, which, how cool is that name? Bee's Knees is there's just a white blurring base coat that they're coming out with, and that will be available for $8 on the Bee's Knees site, and all the polishes I think are like $14. But you could, mix and match if you want. I show you polish with and without the base coat for the videos and for my pictures. So the details, based off the book Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and it's a 10 polish collection. They're all sheer shifty shimmers except for one crazy one, which is like the outlier, which is this crazy beauty. And this is Skyfire, and it's a really cool magnetic. It's really neat. The launch for these polishes is Friday the 14th of May at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and then pre-order will be open for a week. So it will be open through the following Friday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. There will also be mystery bags, and the mystery bags are based off of the book Hurricane Wars, which was a super cool book. I definitely read that one. The mysteries I got are also shimmers. They're all shimmers, I believe. So the mystery bags are limited to one bag per person, whereas there's kind of like a soft cap on the polishes, but there's not really, it's not like you can only get, like, they're not really going to sell out. So let's just get to the swatches, and then I'll chit chat a bit more after.
So, per my intro, I am catching a cold, so bear with me with this one. But I wanted to introduce you to Phantom. This is Bee's Knees Lacquer's blurring base coat, which is a really good blurring base coat. It's not too opaque, which is good. I feel like that's important in a blurring base coat. It is supposed to be similar to their spirit base with just kind of that white tint, but still kind of be a bit of a ridge filler. Um, I really liked it. I'm going to show you all these swatches coming up with one coat only of the blurring base. I kind of over coated. I'm going to show it to you with one coat only just while I swatch over. I will show you how it applies in two coats because obviously it's more opaque, but I will not swatch over two coats of the blurring base. I personally feel like that would just change the polish too much, but obviously your mileage may vary. Um, I know a lot of people really like a blurring base, so I did want to just show it to you with two coats. This is Bee's Knees Lacquer Spirit Base. This is really just a ridge filler. This is what I use for all of my swatch photos. Um, so you can see that it's a ridge filler. I don't have like super ridgy nails, but it does smooth everything out while it doesn't blur the nail line, as you can see. It's like maybe a little bit, there's maybe a little bit to it, but as you can see, compared to the actual spirit base, it doesn't blur your nail line. So the spirit base is supposed to also be ridge filler. I found it to be a little streaky, so I don't know if it's as ridge filling as, or I don't know if it's as ridge filling as spirit, but I mean, it's a good base coat. So this is two coats versus one. So on to the polish, we have this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous True Greatness Lies Within. There are three polishes in this collection there are three pink polishes, and they're all really, really pretty. I guess one's kind of like not super pink, but I can be a little picky with how pink looks on my skin tone. I found them all to be super flattering. So, True Greatness Lies Within is described as like a sheer Barbie pink with light green to blue microflake shimmer. And you can see the pink kind of comes through a little bit more with the blurring base coat. And I mean, it's a pretty sheer polish. All of these are pretty sheer. So I do like that Bee's Knees is kind of like, all right, fine, we keep making sheer polish, but here's a base coat if you want. And I do think that's a good one. I didn't feel like I lost too much dimension with these. You can see the pink just kind of pops a little bit more over the one coat. Um, but this is a super pretty polish. You'll see as I go along that I'm only swatching two coats on each nail, just kind of as a time thing. But this is three coats over my natural nails. My index and my thumb have one coat of the blurring base and three coats of polish, and all of my other nails just have three coats of polish. So you can see how this one shifts really nicely. I really, really liked this one. This is one of the blues from the collection. I guess there's kind of like three as well. Two are more similar. So this is They Would Know My Name One Day, and it is described as a soft sheer blue with pink to gold to green microflake shimmer, which is one of my personal favorite combos. Um, I really like this polish. It's definitely more blue. From here on out, I'll swatch blurring base first, and then I'll go to the non-blurred nail. Um, I really, really liked this polish. I'm just kind of a sucker for blue polishes in general, and you can see this one's a little less. I guess, it's a little less obvious that you have the blurring base on. Sometimes I feel like some polishes show it off more than others. Obviously, with the fact that you can, you know, make your nails a little bit more opaque, but this is a little more blue than the Archer's Curse. There's another polish, it's Collection, that is a little more similar to that. But you can see here that this really is like this really pretty blue color, and that thumb is also showing, you can really see here the blurring base versus a non-blurring base. So index has the one coat, and then the rest all have three coats of polish without a blurring base. And then we have Sunbird, which is one I'm a sucker for gold. I'm a sucker for like yellow polish. Um, this is just such a pretty one. So Sunbird is described as a sheer golden yellow. It says it almost borders on chartreuse, which I mean, yes, definitely in certain lighting, it can have that kind of greenish hue to it, but it's pretty yellow gold. Um, and it has red to green microflake shimmer, which I like. I like red shimmer a lot. You can see that this one is sheer. Kind of the blurring base doesn't do too much on this one, which once again I know I said like I'm fine with that. I'm not like it doesn't really bother me. I love this one. I wore this one for a while and it's really good. I'm really excited to show you my mysteries later as well. I'll be showing you my mysteries towards the end. and I got some really good ones and colors that I'm really, really excited for. So this is 2 coats of Sunbird, and then here's Sunbird on my nails once again. 3 coats on the thumb and the index, with 1 coat of the blurring base underneath, and then 3 coats over all the other nails just with the clear spirit base coat, but it's that really pretty golden color. Then we have the Phoenix Queen. This is the second of the 3 pinky polishes. This is probably the most sheer of the entire collection. It reminds me a little bit of Through Love All Is Possible, but like just a little more vibrant. This is described as a sheer coral with silvery pink to silvery blue to pink microflake shimmer. So you'll see when I put this on, it's very sheer. This one is, yeah, this one's definitely probably the most sheer of the collection. Um, but it's a really nice color. The glow on this one is really strong. This one's like incredibly glowy. So sometimes, you give some, you take some. But you can see the coral come through on that second coat, and the shimmer and the glow on this one is very, very strong. It's super pretty. And I love it. I love the name. The Bee's Knees always does such great names that make you kind of just want to wear something too. You can see how glowy it is on this camera. My lighting's being a little funky, but outdoors, this is, like I said, 3 coats over everything. Gotta readjust. Look at how strong the glow is on this, and you can see the coral come through. This one I'd probably wear with a base because it kind of has that funky sheerness that shows the yellow, which I don't always love. Um, but speaking of loving, this is Little Star. This is one of my favorites from the collection. I don't think I own anything like this in my collection. Now I do. Um, this is just one of my faves. It's a really, really cool one. It has a great name. So Little Star is described as a sheer aqua polish with a strong gold to green shimmer. This one pops a lot more over the blurring base. So you'll see the blue pulls through a lot more. You can see it's just like a little bit more sheer on my index finger. And you can see what I mean when I say that blurring bases kind of flatten the dimension. It's not too bad with this because the shimmer is so strong. It gives you like strong multi-chrome vibes almost in a way. But I didn't hate how this looked over the blurring base. But this one was definitely one of my favorites. Um, and you can definitely see here, and you can see in my video as well, that the color just changes a little bit over the blurring base coat. So you'll see, once again, index, blurring base, and the rest are without. So it looks really cool on the thumb. I mean, overall, it's just super cool. This is such a cool polish for sure, but pretty significant visible nail line, but I don't care. So this is the third pink, and there are no prizes in the game of hearts, and it is described as a sheer pinky red with green to blue microflake shimmer. And this polish reminds me a lot of Unmade. Um, Unmade was, oh no, I don't remember exactly which collection it's from. I think it's from 2001 for Bee's Knees. It's one of my favorite polishes. This reminds me of it in terms of shifts, but the shimmer on this one is a little bit bigger, I think, because I have 2 bottles of Unmade because it's one that I bought a backup of because I love it so much. This is a super strong blue shift. Um, and I love it. So my camera, as per usual, or if this is your first time joining me, my camera pulls pretty green. It pulls the green shimmer, with my lighting. So there is a really strong blue shift. You'll kind of see it in the natural lighting shots. But this was one of my favorites of this collection as well because it does remind me so much of Unmade. I didn't find the blurring base to be too offensive in how it changed this one as well. But this is that one. I love it so much. It's so pretty. And it has this like crazy, you can see here, the glow pops through a whole lot more. And then we have the Demon Realm, which is such a funky color. It's really neat. Um, I like this one. Like I said, this is definitely just like one of my favorite collections that Bee's Knees has ever done. Sometimes there's like, one or two that you're like, hey, or I don't like to have to use a glitter grabber or something like that. But this is all sheer shifty shimmers, which is just so right up my alley personally. I'm stoked about it. So the Demon Realm is described as a sheer pale greige base with a glowy gold to green to blue shimmer. You can see the blurring base coat, I feel like really does this one justice. This is a really good one for the blurring base because, like I said, the blurring base isn't too opaque, so you still get a lot of that glow through, but it does kind of neutralize your nail a little bit. And you can see it neutralizes the glow a bit as well, but you can still see enough through, and I feel like it lets the gray part of the greige color pop a little bit more if you like that. But you can see even natural light, it's not like super, super noticeable whether you have the blurring base or not. But I really like this color. The gold shift on this one is super, super strong. And you can see the blue here in some of these shots. This is I Will Be Your Undoing, which also reminds me of another polish, and the name is, I'm escaping. It's another Bee's Knees, and it is one of the Accord of, I'm out. Okay. A Quart of Silver Flames. There we go. My brain's not working, guys. I'm getting sick. It reminds me of one of the Accord of Silver Flames polishes, which I do own. I just don't remember the name of. That polish is super sheer. This is less sheer than that one is, although it is still sheer. It has such a strong shimmer. I freaking love this one so much. It's so pretty. Um, So this one is I Will Be Your Undoing, and it's described as like a soft sheer minty green. It has really strong pink to gold to green microflake shimmer. I do kind of feel like pink to gold to green might be one of my favorite shimmers. I love how strong pink comes through on certain colors. And this is also like I feel a really good, the blurring base still really keeps the glow on these. So I've actually been really happy with this blurring base coat. I'm sorry, y'all. You're just gonna have to bear with me for this one. But look at the color shifts on this. It's so stunning. Next up, we have the Celestial Kingdom. This was the first one I put on, and it's so pretty. It's really, really sheer, or like I mean, they're all sheer, but this is described as a soft sheer sky blue. So that's a sky blue, and then this is They Would Know My Name One Day, and this is the other one that's the other soft sheer blue, and you can see next to each other, one is much more saturated than the other. I know some people are worried about them being too similar, but I mean, you just whatever, you can pick which one you like. But this is the Celestial Kingdom, a soft sheer sky blue with pink to gold to green microflake shimmer. This reminds me very much of the Archer's Curse from the Once Upon a Broken Heart collection. The Archer's Curse is one of my favorite polishes from this year already, and it has reflective glitter in it. This does not have reflective, it is just a shimmer. So you can see kind of that blue come through more when I do it over the blurring base. And then I mean, this one's it's pretty sheer. It's a sheer color for sure. And you can see it come through as well, but the blue pops a little more over that white blurring base, which is nice. But I really, really love this one. I love how soft it is because it's not super apparent, like as a blue, until you get into certain lighting. And you can see it has some really nice shifts there. I love it. This is such a beautiful shifty collection. I took so much video of this one because, like Archer's Curse, it's just like a rainbow on your nails. It's such a beauty. And now we get to the final polish of the main 10-piece collection. This is Skyfire. This polish is described, and perfectly described, honestly, as like a dark taupe, and it has small particle silver magnetic shimmer in it, and it is so funky. It is so cool. It looks full, as you can tell. Bee's Knees super, super, super reactive magnetics. It is like pure chrome in a bottle. It is the coolest. Um, this one, I do have it over the blurring base. It kind of doesn't need it until you magnetize it, and that's like really up to you if you care. Because in two coats, unmagnetized, you don't need a blurring base. And as per usual with bees knees, their magnetics are super reactive, so you can watch me magnetize two nails accidentally. So you can see this is just one coat. You can see that my visible nail line my nail line comes through a lot stronger um, once you magnetize it, just because it's like that taupey jelly base. But it's so cool. I mean, this is just such a cool color. I definitely don't own anything like this, but you can see kind of how strong the silver comes through. Because this is the last polish in the 10 polish collection, the next ones up will be my mystery bags, the Hurricane War mysteries. So get ready for those, or you can hop off right after this. Look at that line. Can you even? I cannot. This is such a cool polish. And then you can see it magnetizes beautifully. You might want the blurring device, but that's up to you. And then we get to see this in natural light. This is just two coats. I did two coats over my natural nails, magnetized, unmagnetized. I do have the blurring base on my index and my thumb. But let's get into my mysteries. So, this is Lightweaver, and this is such a cool polish. Um, it I'm a big fan of yellow, as I said, and this is a true neon. Um, I I love it. I love it so much. It's like this highlighter yellow. It's described as a sheer yellow with gold to green to blue shimmer, and it is like highlighter yellow, and it builds beautifully. This is like the ultimate summer color, and it just makes me so freaking happy to put this on my nails. As you can tell, it's very sheer. This one looks quite nice with the blurring base because it kind of, the white helps it pop a little bit so it doesn't get lost on your nails. Um, but do you need it? No, I did 3 coats over all my nails like I did for everything else, and as per usual, I think it looks fine. I mean, like this is 2 coats, and it's like lemonade on your nails, or sunshine, or just summer. So this is 3 coats. You can see it's so bright. It's like a really flattering bright color though. I love it so much. This is over the blurring base, and she's a beauty. So Shadow Forged. This looks about like 15 other bee's knees polishes that I have. And my favorite thing about bee's knees is that you can't trust what the bottle looks like ever, ever. This looks like, I'm sure if you're watching this all the way and you're already here, this looks like 15 other polishes you have. But look at this. Not what I was expecting. This polish is so pretty. And Shadow Forge is described as a black polish with a deep blue to purple shimmer. You can see both the purple and the blue shimmer on here. I do still have the blurring base on my middle finger. And this, I mean, this helps it pop too, which I also don't mind. I don't mind, I think, maybe for darker polishes because I don't feel like you're maybe not losing as much glow, whereas with pastels you might, like, or lighter colors, you might lose a little more. But I was so pleasantly surprised with this polish. It's super, super glowy, and I just kind of love how deep it is. So this is Shadow Forged, and look at that. This is 3 coats over my natural nails, blurring on the index, blurring on the thumb.
So what do you think? Um, like I said, this is like, I'm a huge, I mean, we know, I'm a huge Bee's Knees fan. I consistently, they really, I love everything that they make. The formulas just for me, just hit that spot. And this whole collection, there's not one in this collection that'd be like, oh yeah, you know, I've got like 8 favorites, or I maybe wouldn't rewear that one again or very often. And I love all of them, and they're all cool, and I'm keeping them all. So it's really fun. It's a really exciting collection, and thank you for bearing with me while I'm also like navigating this entire setup. As you can tell, my like swatch space is a huge mess, like from where I take my pictures and everything. But thank you for watching through everything. Once again, launch for these This collection is Friday the 14th of May. Pre-order for all of that will be open through the week. There will also be House of Flame and Shadow Overpours available, as well as the mystery bags and like past mystery bags and all of that fun stuff as well. And of course, the base coat. So I have pictures posted up on my Instagram at Polished Bookworm. If you want to see anything, feel free to slide into my DMs or leave a comment if you have any questions. Let me know what you're gonna pick up. Let me know, really let me know if you have any questions. I know I haven't been doing comparisons because I think, there's definitely quite a few in this collection that there could be, that are similar, which I talked about during swatching, but my nail polish is not organized yet, so I can't really do comparisons right now, but I will be back to doing that soon, hopefully. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I will see you again next week.